What is up, ladies and gentlemen? It is your friendly neighborhood BJJ podcast, Rafa Sparsa, coming to you with another installment of The Bullpen, a very special episode as we preview all of the things that you need to know about today's Subversive Jiu-Jitsu. We are returning to you live from San Diego. Your boy's getting out some sun. It's confusing because it's very, very sunny outside, yet I'm wearing a sweater. And if you are familiar with the San Diego, you know, windy plus sunny, very confusing. But nonetheless, very happy to have you guys here. We've got a jam-packed show, and I got to tell you, I'm super stoked that my longtime friend Tim Freeman is here to help me preview this card. Tim, how are you doing, sir?
I'm doing great, and I would trade the windy, breezy, chilly San Diego any day. I would take that weather over the muggy, punch you in the face humidity that I'm experiencing now. It's not pleasant, but it is pleasant to see you, Raf. I'm stoked for the Subversive Jiu-Jitsu card. What a great venue. What a great night we got coming up.
Tim, you worked previously as a commentator. What was your experience like as a commentator?
You know, I wasn't exactly sure what to expect because I figured this. I'm going to be real. It surprised me because, Raf, you're a very moderated, calm person. I never see you blow your top. I never see you do anything crazy. But the event itself is wild. It's energetic. You guys put the right personalities together, and that really shocked me. I was like, wow, this is actually like, I'm actually at a cool spot right now. I'm at one of maybe the coolest spot in San Diego at that moment. So yeah, the vibe was great, man. You guys do it right.
Thank you for that. We really did love having you out here. I'm sure we're going to have you back in the future for another one of these. But Tim, there is so much to preview. But before we get into the card, into the shenanigans, into what people really need to know, it's important that you guys know the only two ways to see this event are, one, being there in person. So if you're watching this, you know, a little close on time there. But let's assume you're where Tim is, maybe in Nashville, maybe in Pennsylvania, which might be important in the future for us here at Subversive, maybe in Florida. You can check it out at spectationsports.com. Go there, sign up. You will be able to see our event and so many other events that they have. I think you will be surprised by some of your friends who are on some of those MMA cards. But we are proudly the flagship grappling show on Spectation Sports. So we want to say thank you to them. And we look forward to doing some more events with them in the future because they are the official streaming partner of Subversive for 2026. So, Tim, we have so much to get to. But here's what I'd like for us to start with. I'm going to put time on the clock. We need to start with this. What do people need to know about this venue specifically? Because we are returning to the Hard Rock Hotel in San Diego. So what about the venue makes this a unique viewing and grappling experience?
A couple things. And I do want to say this. This is the first time Subversive has been back with an event since November. Big return show. So you have that anticipation, you have that build up amongst the crew and amongst the athletes that are competing. And now the spectators are coming with that same anticipation. What really separates the venue apart from other shows, and there are other promotions that try to do this, like, hey, we're going to have like a rock show and a jiu-jitsu thing. And that's great, except they don't do it at the Hard Rock. They end up doing it at the 4-H Agricultural Center or the county fairgrounds or something like that. And without the setting, the game doesn't work the same. So when you walk into the Hard Rock, first of all, it's the Hard Rock, the epitome. Whether you're 20 years old or you're 120 years old, the Hard Rock is still pretty damn cool. When you walk into the Hard Rock, you go up to the rooftop, which is dope in and of itself. It's a very large space. I'm in Nashville, which practically houses have rooftop bars in Nashville. Like everybody has a rooftop. The Hard Rock rooftop is enormous. It might be big enough to hold a football field. I'm not exaggerating. It is very large. It's set up very nice. And it gets packed in with people, high enough walls that if a battle royal breaks out, you'll be safe. It's a very nice setup. The music bumps. I love the fact that you guys have a DJ. I don't know if you're going to have one again, but you should. Last time that was great. lot of great matches. And people, the thing about Subversive now, Rap, is people come with an expectation to see something exciting. They don't come just like, I'm just going to come and watch, some jujitsu matches and I'm going to take off as soon as my guy's done. Subversive doesn't work that way. When the main event happens, that place is more packed than ever. Like everybody stays, everybody wants to watch. You got to see it. The rooftop, and probably, look, this is San Diego, California. The rooftop at the Hard Rock and the Gaslamp is one of the nicest spots you could have a jiu-jitsu venue to hold these great matches. So you got to see it. If you're in the area, you got to get out there to see it.
Tim, you bring up some great things, but I want to point out a couple extra things that maybe people don't know. So yes, we will actually have another DJ there. So I'm very excited about that. But not just one DJ. We're going to have 3 DJs spinning, one of whom is likely very near and dear to your hearts because one Gio Martinez is going to be spinning there. So you got the Ultrazoid himself spinning out live. And one of the things that we do that is unique, because another one of our DJs is DJ Mike Murda. So we have 2 black belt DJs, and we still have one more. But I need to ask you this. What other event has 2 black belt DJs? Probably not a lot. I've seen some of those DJs at other events. They don't look like they can roll. These 2 guys, well, one of them. Gio's really good. Mike Murda's all right. But the fact that they come out here and what Mike Murda does, we curate walkout songs for the guys, but then we also mix live during the actual show itself. So let's say the action starts to lull. The DJs make that part of the entertainment. So they are mixing to sometimes encourage people, or you hear some funny things happening or getting scratched in. So I would highly encourage you to check us out because I've seen a lot of different things. We didn't invent the DJ at an event for MMA or jiu-jitsu, but ours is definitely more unique than anybody else's. So I would highly, highly tell you to go check that out. But Tim, I feel like this is one of those things where it's important to also remind people of how unique the food situation is. So yes, we do have food on premises, but a lot of times when you leave events, you're not quite sure what you're going to eat. I can tell you with great certainty, when you finish this event, you will have tacos galore. You will have the best everything within walking distance. So I highly encourage you and your friends after the event, go hang out around. There is an official after party downstairs. So there is a lot of stuff going on. You will not be short of things to do. The event will doors open essentially at 2 p.m. And at 4 p.m. the matches start. We should be wrapping up things a little bit after 9 p.m. And that is when the official after party starts. So I feel like that's the important thing to note, not just with the return and with the power of the venue, but why it is that we have grown so fond of this. As we transition to just talking about the venue, can you tell me from your experience, Tim, what the venue does for the athletes themselves? Does it change the way they roll being out in the outside with beautiful California sunshine for their rolling?
Look, if you're a combat sports fan of any kind, you know that fights that take place outdoors have a different energy, a different, if I may dare say, animalistic nature to them than fights that happen in arenas. So I absolutely believe that being outdoors, under the sun, under the weather, it brings out a more raw, aggressive nature in the athletes. I think the fight card, the last card that was at the Hard Rock, I think it testifies to that. No question, 100%. And I would be remiss if I didn't say this. Tacos El Gordo in the Gaslamp, Raf. We went there last time. I never forgot about that place. It's burned into my mind. It's right up the street. It's amazing. It's fantastic. Do yourself a favor. If you're in the area, go watch jiu-jitsu, go check out Subversive, and then head up the street and get yourself some vampiros. Thank me later.
And yes, it should be noted, your boy's back on commentary. I will be there holding it down. And my commentating partner is Anthony Orozco, a former great competitor for us on the broadcast for the tournament style. So very happy to have him helping out. And we want to thank him because he's been a huge resource within the past few weeks, helping us with some marketing efforts. You might have seen a commercial or two. And you know what? Speaking of which, I think it'd be a good idea to go ahead and jump to one of those commercials right now.
Why roll with them? Innovative mat space and Bouts. Integrity of the sport. Flowers and or prestige. When you can roll with us. See for yourself.
New Hope Regeneration is changing the fight game. With regenerative therapy, at a fraction of the cost of the competition, you are not your diagnosis. Conveniently located throughout the United States, it's time to heal faster, fight harder, compete for longer. Schedule your free consultation at newhoperegeneration.com.
So we're going to advance the board and get into talking about some of the stars, some of the people who make this event incredible and addictive. Tim, tell me a little bit about the stars that stand out to you and who we should keep notes on as tonight's broadcast goes.
You know, there's a few names on the card that I just want to call out. These athletes really bring star power to the card. First, look, Fedor Nikolov, serious submission threat, a name that you should be familiar with. He's dangerous. Things can look calm right up until he gets a submission. He's a sneaky, dangerous grappler. He has match-ending capability. Keep your eye out for him. We got a couple of Tylers on the card. We got Tyler Beneke. This is his chance to beat the other Tyler, and we'll get into the matchups on a championship stage. So he's got a lot riding into it. Beneke is a combat jiu-jitsu lightweight title match. He's likely to bring pace. Tyler Brown scrambles pressure. Very, very watchable fight up style here. So you're going to enjoy that. We got Ian Morgan, who I've trained with personally a long time. Ian was a student of mine for a minute out in Stockton. He's a gritty, very technical wrestling jiu-jitsu athlete. He mixes the two up very, very well. I'm excited to see him on the card. We also got Keith Krikorian. This is a staple name. Everybody knows Keith. He's coming off of a big win against Landon Elmore just a couple weeks back. Keith always comes ready. I'm always looking for big things from Keith. And Keith is a really great dude on top of it. So you owe it to yourself to keep an eye on him. He's definitely a star.
Thank you for that, Tim. I'm going to take a moment to just go down the list. I'm reading through here. So if I don't say your name, you're fine. And you probably won't see this till later, but we will go through it. Some people to note: Noah Chen, a former champ for us, back on the card, always been a standout. Michael John, who's not a good person, but fairly okay at grappling. He is also on the card. And then you've got some other individuals that I would highly say to look out for. Gerard James, always high impact, very fun to watch. Look out for him. Jordan Moore is taking on a new opponent, so that is some breaking news, but he doesn't really back down. High impact, great grappler. Think he recently just got his brown belt as well, so big shout out to him. Herman Torrado, a noted MMA fighter, always brings it. Has a great partner in Georgie, who's also an MMA fighter. Very, very good stuff to see there. So we've got a lot of people, Chi Liver, Mateo Olmos, just to shout out a few. And then Brady Hong is also going to be on there. Brady always gives us a great show, an incredible, I want to say it's 15-5 MMA record, and currently on a winning streak with us here at Subversive. So look out for those individuals. We're going to go ahead and move to the last minute additions. I alluded to this just a second ago, but there have been some additions. Dagani lost her opponent. Jackie Cataline lost her opponent. These two ladies decided to meet in the middle. Very excited that they stepped up. That's a huge thing for us, so big applause to them. Jordy Moore has a new opponent. That just happened within the last 12 hours. he is now going to be facing Junior Fernandez. So Jordy Moore versus him. Now, I know things can change. So please work with us. That is why they say cards subject to change. Nobody learns that more than somebody who starts producing shows. They used to put that as an asterisk, and I'd be like, for sure. Okay, we'll see about that. And now I can tell you it is very, very true. So those are a couple of the additions that have gone up. But Tim, I'd also like to do this. I'd like to go ahead and move forward on the show, and let's get back to the board. I'm going to ask you to talk to me about some of your favorite matchups on this card.
But there's also some other names on these cards that will be very interesting to watch. We got Jeff Reel taking on Igor Merreria. Jeff Reel is a very good competitor. Look forward to seeing him back in action. You don't want to take your eye off that. And that's earlier in the card. And listen, not trying to kiss up, but I will say this. Subversiv does a nice job of mixing the jiu-jitsu and the combat jiu-jitsu matches in a way where you don't get, it's just like you get just enough, and then there's a nice little break, and then it switches, and then you're back on this, and then there's a championship match. So it really kind of keeps you pulled through the event instead of stacking everything at the end. Let's jump up a little bit. Matt Cox going up against Anthony Briones. Matt Cox is a very good grappler. Had the chance to meet him, watch him train quite a bit. Look forward to seeing some big things out of him. When we get up into the title fight area, I think that's where things get interesting. Mike John taking on Brady Huang. Did I say that right, Raph? I hope I did. I apologize, Brady. You're way better at MMA than me. Huang. Okay, perfect. I'm close enough. Look, as much trash as I talk about Mike John, he does show up and he does come ready to compete. So, and this is for a title. So I expect both of these gentlemen to come prepared. I look for that one to be a banger. Personal favorite that I'm looking forward to seeing, Keith Krikorian, Ian Morkin. I think those two guys are going to put on a fantastic match.
It is quite an impressive collection of individuals. Keith Krikorian, the face of UFC BJJ, getting a shine in this match should be fun to watch, but he doesn't have an easy assignment. Ian Morkin has pace and energy for days. He definitely comes with a high wrestling impact sort of style. And the real key is, can somebody who is a submission technician like Keith put him away? I feel like that is going to be one to watch. So you are correct in your assumption here. I'm going to take a second to just acknowledge a few matches that I think are worth your time here, everybody. I mean, obviously, we're excited for our main event, but we'll talk a little bit about that in a minute. It should be noted there was also an addition with Joey Davis versus Travis Thomas. Travis Thomas had a different opponent. They unfortunately had to pull out for personal reasons, understandably, so don't make fun of them. But I would tell you this, Travis Thomas and Joey Davis. Joey Davis, high MMA pressure, very, very exciting fighter. Travis Thomas didn't care, said, let's run it. And Travis Thomas has made big statements on this stage before. So I think you want to tune in for that one. I think you were right to go ahead and give a shout out to Keith Krikorian, Ian Morkin. And I also want to point out just a couple of these as they come up this way. Andrew Cicito versus Chris Gomez should be fire. Very, very low-key one. You may not even have that on your radar, but you should put it on there. And then looking over at Adam Garcia and Jared Facchetti, if you want to call him that. Some people call him Facchetti. I call him Jared Funfetti, otherwise known as the Bear. He is coming in, and he should have a very, very exciting high-octane match. He is put on for us here at this broadcast before. So those, Tim, I know we still have a little bit more to preview, but I don't want to interrupt things again. I want to take a commercial break and then go straight through with the rest of the card. So don't go anywhere. Check out these commercials, and please do check them out because they sponsor us, which means they are supporting these grapplers. We'll be right back after this commercial break.
At the highest level of fighting, I need to fuel my body with the best. Whether I'm hitting pads, cutting weight, or stepping into the octagon, I need protein that delivers. FIDA utilizes an ancient grain which provides high quality protein with more glutamine than whey, meaning I can train harder and recover faster. Its unique blend has gut-friendly fiber which won't lead to bloating, so I never have to worry about my protein slowing me down. Unlike other proteins, which can be chalky or gritty, it quickly dissolves into any liquid. FIDA's smooth texture makes protein a treat, not a chore.
And we are back, everybody. All right. We have made our way through some of the matchups. Obviously, if we didn't call your name, all you have to do is have a good matchup. That's it. That is the whole way you defeat whatever Tim and I say. Whenever people are like, why didn't you talk about me? Or why did you say this about me? And I'm like, have a good match. That's it. Guess what? We'll talk well about you the next time, or we'll bring you up in a way that is favorable to your ego. Nonetheless, let us go ahead and start moving to how it is that we're able to watch this. We did mention it up top, but it's bearing repeating here. There's only two ways to watch this event. The first is you go check it out live and in person. You can get those tickets, limited tickets still available, just in general admission. So you can check that out at subversivebjj.com. Subversivebjj.com. Go there, get your tickets, come see us, because right now you're already late, so you're going to miss Jesse. And Jesse's going to have feelings about that. He might still get drunk with you, but we'll see what kind of mood he's in. But check it out. Go get tickets there, and then immediately hang out with us. We got about 5 hours worth of action. You will not be disappointed, even if you show up maybe 30 minutes late. So we got you. And then if you are unable to attend live, go check us out at spectationsports.com. That is spectationsports.com, the official streaming partner of Subversive. So go there, set up an account, get the monthly subscription, you will see it. And then treat yourself to some of the great options they have in their library. There is some incredible MMA action in there, and a lot of Grappling Hour friends are scattered throughout that channel. So do us a solid, support us there, go do that. And you can also check down here in the links to see where you need to go. So go ahead and use that. All right. Let us get to the main events here. Tim, I'm going to ask you to preview the main event that is in front of us on this page between Kamoy Anderson and Steven Martinez. What do we need to know about both of these competitors?
Well, as I said, Kamoy Anderson brings big energy to the table. Kamoy has fought a laundry list of high-level, diverse, tough grapplers on the jiu-jitsu scene. He's been competing for a minute now, and Kamoy has pride. He's coming to win. Kamoy doesn't mail it in. He shows up, he's intense, he has a game plan, he's ready, and he's looking to make a statement. Coming from Texas, Kamoy is looking to take that title. Now, Steven Martinez coming up in his home turf, coming up from California. We know Steven he's a well-known name in California. He's been grappling for a minute. He's a great, great fighter. He doesn't want somebody to come in to his home turf and take this. Both these guys are going to bring energy, intensity, and pace. And don't forget, this is combat jiu-jitsu. This isn't just regular jiu-jitsu. That's rough enough. You can get your knee popped. You can get your arm broke. You can get put to sleep in front of your mom. But combat jiu-jitsu means these guys are going to be raining down open hand strikes while they're hunting for submissions. A lot of pride on the line, and the Subversive heavyweight CJJ title. This is going to be a banger of a matchup, Raph. I can't wait to watch it.
And Tim, it's a good time to remind everybody, we have multiple title fights this evening. And it should be noted that this is a hardcore title. Now, what does that mean? I guess you'll have to tune in to find out. So make sure, if you want to find out more about this hardcore title, an event and a title that nobody else does, go ahead and check us out when we are broadcasting live here in just a few minutes. But I thought it would be a good exercise, Tim. Normally we do gallery together. In order to get ready for today's big event, I thought it would be a good idea to just randomly open up a couple of the Subversive posts. Bolo the Bomba, our good friend, Mr. Murdoch, says, hardcore title sounds awesome. Yes, facts. Thank you for that. So we do have a fan out there already for that one. And it says, will it be streaming? Polly Walnuts. Well, Polly, yes, there is a streaming partner in Spectation Sports. Let's go ahead and see this. The announced fight between Jordy Moore. Who the F is that guy? Jordan Moore gonna demote this dude.
Wow, that's heavy language coming from the gallery.
and somebody underneath it saying, let's side bet. So we got people doing that. And kids, this is a good time to remind you, be very kind with your betting. Don't be dumb. We're not the UFC, and we don't have a betting service for that. So y'all are doing that officially on your side. Let's make sure that is very explicitly said. And then on the match between Kamoy and for Steven Martinez, Matt Cox tells Kamoy, just make sure you're being nice while you're down here. Kamoy responded, haha, I'll be nice to you. That's all that counts. So let me just have a moment here. The last time Kamoy was with us, he was saying that we were complaining. He was saying that we dust up drama. When given the opportunity to speak on a microphone, Kamoy, in his last statement, said, F you, California. Now, this is how you know he is not truly versed in professional wrestling. That's what's called go home heat. When he got on there, it's the one that doesn't make you buy the next pay-per-view. So I'm just saying, Kamoy, if you and I are sharing a microphone together, I challenge you to do an actual good promo. Not just that, because you couldn't win the crowd back after that. I had to close up shop. And it's a little bit of a womp womp once that happens to tell people, hey, have a good night.
Yay, get some tacos.
Go get some tacos from El Taco Loco down the street. So I think that's it. My challenge to you, Kamoy, if you win, and if you win, it'll be impressive. Steven Martinez is no slouch. I just challenge you to cut a good promo, and I really want to see if you can pull that off, because I haven't seen it yet. But nonetheless, I am very excited for this card. Anyway, Tib, do you have any lasting parting thoughts for us before we go ahead and close on our work here, sir?
Yeah, last parting thoughts. If you haven't checked out Subversive yet, you owe it to yourself to check it out. It is an action-packed, high-paced show set in a beautiful venue. It captures the party vibe just right. Just enough party, just enough combat. Neither one overwhelms the other, and that's really what you need if you're going to try to mix those two. Also, showcases a lot of local talent from the San Diego area, especially folks that maybe can't get on a big platform yet because you haven't heard of their names. There's a lot of fighters like that who Subversive, has had on previous cards, and now these are known names, so there's a lot to look out for. If we didn't call out your name, it doesn't mean you're not going to be an exciting fight. Go down there, check it out, and I'm telling you, do yourself a favor. Go after the event at night. That's the vibe you want. Tacos El Gordo. Tell them Tim sent you from the bullpen. They'll know exactly what you're talking about. Great stuff, Raph. Glad to be with you, man. It's going to be a banger of a show tonight.
All right, you guys, that's it. That's the show. I got to get back to work. You guys have to do nothing other than sit down, order the pay-per-view, order the broadcast, enjoy it, get a beer, hang out with your friends. You're going to see close to 5 hours of grappling action. So don't go anywhere. And if you're coming to hang out with us, come hang out with us right now. It is already late. I want to see you in the crowd by 4:45 if you haven't left already. I'm giving you plenty of time to park, get down there, and hang out with us at the after party. But ladies and gentlemen, we love you. We thank you. If you enjoy what we do, this is the Bullpen. We are the official pre and post shows for the PGF and the official pre-show for Subversive. We do shows every single Friday live. Myself, Tim Freeman, Rafa Esparza of the Grappling Hour, Tim Freeman of Inside BJJ. You want to hang with us for all the biggest news. And we will be back later this week to preview the biggest news in all of the sport. I just want to say thank you so much for tuning in. Do not go anywhere. You're going to see this beautiful face in just a few seconds after these commercial breaks. But I have to say, thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for watching. It's been a great day for grappling. We'll see you back on the mats.